35-16 is the final. Woohoo! 13-3 is the record. The number one seed in the NFC is the result. And here we are, partying hard, having ourselves a grand old time.
Number one seed.
Number one.
Dude, and how many people said that wasn't going to happen? 8-8, 6-10. Adam, what's his name? Adam Rank?
Yeah, that's the one.
Eat my asshole. No, dude. Let these people flow in. Flow in, people.
Flow in.
Flow in.
We're going to break this thing down real good. We're taking your phone calls. We're celebrating the number one seed. There goes Maddie out of the camera. Give it a share on Facebook. Share it to your groups. Give it a retweet on Twitter. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up and subscribe on YouTube if you're rocking with us, Packers fans. How you feeling? Where are you repping from? We've got a live chat just for you to tell us that. We'll be taking your phone calls pretty quickly here. There's one bad llama.
One bad llama does not like the Packers.
No, he does not like the Packers. Does not like the Packers. Dave rocking with us in Montana. Amanjo rocking with us in Cape Coral, Florida. Good to see you all. Happy Sunday. Matt, I don't think your Facebook page was working again.
Yeah, I don't know if it is. I don't know how if I click this.
Well, rock with us. Hey, I know that there's plenty of people watching us on Facebook. Go ahead and give us a share. Share us to your friends, your groups. Matt, I don't know what's going on there. But let's have ourselves a time nonetheless. The Packers have clinched the number one seed in the NFC with a 35-16 victory over the Chicago Bears. The road rolls through Lambeau. Baby, let's go. All sorts of fired up today. Matt, I didn't even do intros. That's Matt Ramage. I'm Alex Strouf. Thanks for being here. This is a great time to be a Packers fan. Matt, how you feeling, baby?
Dude, I am feeling fantastic. All the people that said, dude, I'm more pumped up about that. All the people that were talking about what the Packers wouldn't do this year. And like they were gonna, it was a downfall. Like every year, it's the same shit. But this year especially, it seemed like, Aaron Rodgers they drafted, blah blah blah, this and that. But number one seed, like I'm the most optimistic bitch there is. I didn't see this coming into this season. I mean, not that I didn't see it, but like number one seed, with the Niners last year. We knew that it was going to be uphill battle. The playoffs are wide to shit open this year.
Yeah.
And dude, yeah. I am pumped up.
As you should be, Matty. As you should be. Phone lines are officially open. 877-672-6243 is the number again. 877-672-6243 is the official number for the Ramblin' Matt Ramage podcast. I'm Alex Strouf, rocking with you now. What we're doing today is very special. It was Bears week. We had to go ahead and do that. So Matt, my great friend here, we're going to do a little giveaway tonight. We're looking for the best call that can cut us a 30-second WWE, WWF-like promo telling us why the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. So 877-672-6243 is the number. When you call in, tell me your name, where you're calling from, and get right into it. We've got somebody on the line right now. I obviously just threw this on you. Just tell me what you're thinking. What's up?
Hey, this is Casey from Virginia. All I want to say is, wow!
Yeah, Casey from Virginia. Let's go, baby. A huge victory.
In this conference, I fucking love kicking the shit out of the Chicago Bears. They are such a sorry-ass franchise. Go, Pack, go. We're going to the fucking Super Bowl this year, baby.
Let's go, Casey in Virginia calling in. How about that one? We love to hear that. We've got somebody else on the line as well. 877-672-6243 is the number. What's up? Nope, they went away. They went ahead and hung up on us. How you feeling, Matty?
Dude, I'm feeling good. I know I'm just looking at my I'm looking at the at the live because I think I can. I don't think my Facebook.
Just share the one from Game On onto your page.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
I don't know why it doesn't work, but that's beside the point.
But anyways,
what's the big takeaway from this one? Talk to me.
My big takeaway is that this team can get over mistakes. All right, because there were some mistakes in this game, some ref little sketchiness. I don't complain about the refs, but that kickoff call I think was bullshit. But I get it because the angles and all this, whatever the hell, and how they called it. But like my takeaway is that they had some mistakes. A lot of times, when the Packers have mistakes, or like even good teams have mistakes, they don't get over them. They get in their head, they get in the slumps. But the great teams get over those mistakes, keep it moving. And this game it felt a lot closer than it actually was at the end. Because usually you say, well, this game wasn't as close as it felt. No, this game felt a lot closer than it was. And, I'm glad, dude. Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Aaron Rodgers, the MVP.
I would rub his feet. I will.
Well, you're gonna rub his feet?
I will, dude. Aaron, if you're sore, I'll stop by, bro. I will rub your feet. Dude, I love me some Aaron Rodgers. Like, what Aaron Rodgers has done, dude, man, I love me some Aaron Rodgers. Just seems like a good people. And,
good. Matt's had a few, I think. Look, Matty, I'll say this before we get to our next calls. 877-672-6243 is the number. You don't get through, leave a voicemail, and maybe we'll get to those on a later Matt Ramage podcast. But tonight, I'll tell you this, Matty.
Tell me.
Aaron Rodgers he solidified the MVP race last week, in my opinion. I thought it was over with. And then to have the first half that he did, 10 passes, 10 completions, 155 yards, 3 touchdowns just in the first half, goes on to have another touchdown and another terrific MVP-like game, did Aaron Rodgers. Pumped up about the way he performed, and I imagine whoever's on the call line with us now is. Hi, how are you? Okay, good try. We'll give you one more chance. Hi, how are you? We'll go to the next call. I hope they're there. Oh, I can hear them. How are you? You're with us. Let's go.
Oh, I feel great. This is Aaron.
Aaron!
Yo!
Let's go.
I wanted to say, hey, as a Chicagoan, I can't even tell you how great this win is. It's amazing. Go Pack Go. The Bears still suck. And that's all I got.
That's all she's got. But hey,
cheers to that.
Cheers to that indeed, Aaron. Cheers to that indeed. It's Aaron from Chicago calling in. Keep them coming. Like I said, if you don't get through, 877-672-6243. Matt, you share it on Facebook? Did you get that part done with?
No, I'm not done yet. All right. Get off my. I'm hitting the comma. I'm looking for the.
Well, there. How about I roll? You figure out your Facebook nonsense, and I'll keep talking with everybody rocking with us on all sorts of platforms. We got Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitter. Like I said earlier, if you just joined us, tell me where you're rocking with us from, and your biggest takeaway from today's game. My biggest takeaway from the game is this: what Casey Christensen said on Facebook. Rodgers is the no doubt MVP. Bingo. And we said that last week already, right? Aaron Rodgers looked like he was playing better than he did in his best years. 2011, he broke that touchdown record tonight. He has never looked this good, I don't think, Aaron Rodgers. And he has kept it up at such a ridiculous pace this season to roll into the MVP conversation. Josh Allen played great today. Patrick Mahomes didn't need to play today. But I'll tell you what, nobody's played as efficiently, as effective, and has been as valuable to their team as number 12 Aaron Rodgers has been all year long.
Yeah, dude. Are we talking to me now? I'm back. I just shared it on the old Facebook.
Good work.
No, but like, yeah, I wasn't really listening to what you were saying, but like, because I was
Thanks,
focusing.
I appreciate that, brother.
No, because I was trying to focus on sharing this shit. And everyone who's seeing this, share it on your Facebook, share it on all the groups, share it on Green Bay Packers, my group, all the groups. I don't give a shit. Bears groups, I don't care. Share it everywhere. But yeah, but dude, like this team, like as a whole, like Aaron Jones, like I mentioned this on my little halftime spiel. I went on a little mini rant. Aaron Jones, like that just that catch that Aaron Rodgers just shuffled, not really shuffled, but he threw it to him, but it was in desperation. He didn't think he was going to get to the first down mark, and that's what Aaron Jones does. So like next year, whatever happens with the contract situation, that'll hurt him.
Lots going on there, no doubt about it. Lots going on there.
Yo, but Aaron Jones is he's a wizard. I think this team as a whole, I think, like I said, being able to overcome like mistakes and shit like MVS, if he catches that ball, I told my kid that's game. And not literally, they can't stop playing. But like that puts the Packers so far ahead that it would have been amazing. But
I'm with you.
Yeah.
That would have been the dagger essentially, very early, but yes.
But they overcame it. I mean, they didn't quit. They didn't get, oh, gee shucks, this is no. Dude, I hate the freaking Bears, Alex. I hate them like a case of the crabs. I never had the crabs, but I imagine I would hate it.
That doesn't sound like a lot of fun, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, but dude, I'm so pumped right now. Like the number 1 seed, like this doesn't happen.
I couldn't be more
often.
fired up.
No, I couldn't be more fired up, dude. Like it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen easy. I know a lot of people are talking about, well, I don't know if I want the number 1 seed because the Packers don't play that good after a bye. No, you want the number 1 seed. The Packers don't play next week, but they play the week after. They have a free win, basically.
They have a free win.
It's a free win. They get rested up. They got some injuries, Sternberger's out like a lot. And even in this game, there were some guys I'm sure got banged up.
Chris Barnes went down twice, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Aaron Rodgers doesn't mind laying on the couch next week, flipping through the channels, watching the games. You know what I mean? So, dude, this is a great thing, dude. The Packers are in a better situation this season than they have been in a long-ass time. Like, even I get people who are talking about XLV. They went the hard road, but, like, dude, that's hard.
Matty, look at this, though. Matt LaFleur has been the head coach of the Green Bay Packers for just over, in fact, I think it almost might be 2 years to the date because it was early January when he was named the head coach. He, including playoffs, is 27-7, his record as the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. How can you not be just ridiculously pumped about Matt LaFleur's success and this offense's success? I mean, the offense, again, 35 points again tonight, continue to not miss a beat. And they continue to play at the highest level in football, the highest scoring offense this year in football. Doesn't matter what happens in the Sunday night game. The highest scoring offense in football this year, the Green Bay Packers. Matt LaFleur, 27-7 in his 2 years, including playoffs. We've got another caller on the line. Hi, how are you? Where are you calling from?
Yo, I'm calling from Watts, California.
Good stuff. What do you got for us?
Man, I just want to congratulate the Packers on getting the 1 seed.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to making a Super Bowl run. The road through the NFC goes through Lambeau.
Absolutely.
And that's all I've wanted for years, man. So,
we've all been there. Hey, stay with me for a minute. I got a question for you. What is it going to take? What do we need for the Packers to make the Super Bowl? What needs to happen?
Man, they need to step it up on the run. I think they showed flashes of it throughout the season.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's going to come down to, just on defense, trying to limit the big plays. We got a set of corners this year, arguably one of them the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
We got the best wide receiver in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to get our own run game going. It's been a little inconsistent over the last few weeks, other than the Tennessee game, of course.
Well, I mean, they allowed 98 yards to Derrick Henry last week. Appreciate the call. All the way in L.A., California, rocking with us tonight. I'm Alex Strouf. That's Matt Ramage. Keep the calls coming. Keep the comments coming. We love rocking with you. We've got another 45 minutes to do so. Matt, was there anything tonight that bugged you about this win? I mean, it wasn't like an ugly win. It was still a nice, almost dominant, I'd say, win. But was there anything that bugged you tonight?
Well, not really, but what I would say is like them getting on fourth down. They went for the fourth down. I hate when teams go for the fourth down. I feel like it's a cheat code. And the running game. I don't know how much running yards that they had. I think they probably did a pretty good job, but I would like him to get 0 yards. You know what I mean? They once held Barry Sanders to -1 yards. I remember
that happened once. You're right.
Yeah, I was there.
Well before my time, but
I was in my house, but I was alive and I remember it happening.
I was not alive. Yeah, go on.
No, but I'm not sure there is because I don't know what you can expect. Like MVS dropping that pass bugged me.
Yeah, well, definitely. Let's actually go there, Matt. Let's go there. The MVS experience, right? He had that 72-yard beautiful touchdown, outruns a linebacker, which they were silly for putting on him in coverage regardless. Has that. And then he does it again, but he can't maintain the catch. And as we always say in the Twitterverse, my favorite app, the social media I'll always reference is Twitter. MVS taketh, or rather MVS giveth, and MVS taketh away. And we got a little bit of that tonight.
Yeah, but like the thing is that the MVS, dude, he gets so much hate like when he drops it. And I get it. Like I get that's what it is. Like that should have been a touchdown. But like I feel like he gets super duper hate. You know what I mean? Like, and so I'm starting to get a little emotional about him. Like he's like part of like
he's part of the family. You do not throw shame at my son, damn it.
Yeah, because like I know what he can do. Like he can take the top off, as they say, as the pros say. Like so I was talking to my son about this because he was complaining about him, and I was like, but who could they put in there that can do that? Who could even get that open? I'm not saying you don't give him any blame. Like obviously he knows, the coaches know, they're going to talk about all those things, but like who gets that open on that play to begin with, even in the first one? Like sure. I'm not sure that there's a guy, because he's just got speed, he's got all those things, but he's got to be consistent. He's got to catch those, and
that's going to kill you in a playoff game, right? I mean, well, the Bears, and we'll get to the playoff picture here in a couple minutes, Matty, but the Bears are actually a playoff team. It was solidified with Arizona's loss, even with the Bears' loss. At 8-8, they sneak in as the 7th seed. That's a playoff team, a playoff game by all means for both teams. But if you get to the NFC Championship game, even that divisional round where your first playoff game is for Green Bay, you've got to make that catch.
Oh, yeah.
And MVS continues. You know, I mean, it's happened all year, right? I mean, he has these high spots, but he also has the most drops on the Packers receiving corps. So it's frustrating by all means, but you cannot undermine the fact that it was still a great game for the Packers offense, and MVS still provided. The 72-yard TD is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, I had to highlight because people are being nice to you.
You love that. Shout out to Two Rivers, Wisconsin with Dalton.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often. No, but let me ask you this, all right? But before I do, everyone, make sure to share this. If you're on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're, retweet it, share it on Facebook. You know, your mom wants to see this, all right? So share it on Facebook. Even Grandma Karen wants to hear this. But how big was David Bakhtiari missing in this game?
So pregame, I looked at the depth chart, and ESPN was just not reliable to me. They told me Elton Jenkins was going to slide to left tackle, but Billy Turner flipped sides, played left tackle. Elton Jenkins stayed put at left guard. He was missed. I mean, he's the best left tackle in football. He's the highest paid offensive lineman ever in the game. I mean, we know how good D-Bach is. We know how good 69 is, and do not take that out of context. Look, David Bakhtiari was missed tonight, but the offensive line, I've been saying this all week, the offensive line has been the best positional group for the Packers all season long, with the exception of quarterback, because he got the MVP playing there. The offensive line's been versatile, flexible. Was it a perfect night to know? No. You know, or a perfect night tonight? No. The whiskey. Aaron Rodgers got sacked tonight again. You hate sacks, but it didn't feel like you were missing the best offensive lineman in football. So that's just a round of applause to the offensive line group. And I knew I was going to get mocked there. We know how good 69 is. Let's get to a call, damn it. Stop making fun of me. How are you? Where you calling from? What's the name? And what you got? That's a lot of info. What's your name? Where you from? What do you got?
How you doing, guys?
All good here. How are you?
Good. I'm actually born in Wisconsin, been in New Hampshire since 91.
Okay.
Dealing with all the fake Patriot fans and everything.
Sure.
And this win tonight just solidified that we're the greatest franchise ever.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I want to ask Matt honestly what he thinks about Mike Patine, and how he play calls.
Mike Pettin, Matt, you're getting called on the spot. Appreciate the call. He wants to know about Mike Pettin, Matt. What do you know about Mike Pettin, damn it?
All right, let's break out the old analyst hat. Do I got to get a new hat? No, this is the analyst hat. No, but I think it's getting better as the season goes on. I didn't like what I saw. I want to get at the quarterback, and I think he's doing that more. I think he's pressuring the quarterback more. Like, you don't have Preston Smith covering a wide receiver. I don't know what was going on over there. I know that certain coverages, shit happens or whatever.
Yeah, that is exactly what happens in life.
But that shouldn't happen. You don't want Preston Smith. I don't want Zadarius Smith, for that matter, covering a wide receiver either. I get it. Like, sometimes that happens, but there's a lot of times when it seemed to happen. But I feel like this defense, when they're at their best, they're getting at the quarterback. Like, get pressure on the quarterback. Go after, especially when you're playing the Bears. Like, Trubisky isn't going to beat you. Like, and if he is, like, make him beat you. Like, yeah. Dude, stop the run. Get at him. Get in his face. If you're in his face, Trubisky can't throw real good to begin with. So if you got a guy in his face,
I'm having a hard time listening to people call in and say, Matt, you drunk asshole, give us an update on what you think about Mike Pettin. You have any idea.
First of all, Alex, people know I have knowledge. Right?
Oh, a ton of it. Just a ton of it. You're the man, man.
I don't know shit. No, but dude, I think but you have to you gotta get at him. Get in his face. I don't care who the quarterback is. Even if it's Aaron Rodgers, you get in his face.
Let me follow up with this, Matt. Trubisky only sacked once today. Inexcusable. I mean, of course you want to get to the quarterback and in the playoffs. You're going to need to do that a lot more. But this Chicago offensive line has been touted as one of the worst in the league all season long. And you're only able to get to the quarterback once, and it was only a loss of 3 or 4 yards, if I'm not mistaken. So, frustrating, sure. But again, the defense and, again, the Bears offense, not very good. But the defense played decently. I mean, Jair's still playing well. Adrian Amos still playing well. I thought Christian Kirksey had a really good night tonight, which we have not seen a lot of this year. So that was a positive note from this clinching victory. The Packers, the number 1 seed. Let's go one more call, and then we'll get to where the playoffs are at right now. We've got one game left, obviously, between Washington and Philadelphia. That will declare essentially the winner of the NFC East and the 4th seed in the NFC. But the other 15 playoff teams are still kicking with us. So let's get to our final phone call here, at least for a few minutes. I know you've been waiting on hold for a while, so we appreciate it. What's your name, where you calling from, and what you got?
You got me?
You got me. Well, I got you, I guess is what I should say.
This is
I
Joe
got you,
from
babe.
Little Falls, Minnesota. Dirty Joe on Twitter.
Dirty Joe. What do you got, Dirty Joe?
I got a couple things for you here.
Sure.
I'm going to run through real quick, and then I'll let you guys, break through it. But
sure.
MVS, keep throwing him the ball. He's a man. He reminds me of a young Devontae or a young James Jones.
I kind of agree with that.
But I think
that's
he's
going
to come through. Other thing, the only real complaint I have about the game is that Derrick Henry defense we were showing last week. I would have liked to see that look and just force Trubisky to throw the ball. We saw what happens when he had that one deep pass, but other than that, we picked him up. So would have liked to see us go that way. And then one other thing I'd like to touch on is Billy Turner. I paid attention to him in depth today. He looked great, honestly. I mean, obviously, when you're comparing to David Bakhtiari, I mean, there's not a real comparison there, but at the same time, he held his own there and did his thing. And then I got one last thing for you here.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Dirty Joe.
What a great call.
Really, really, really. That's the best call tonight. Dirty Joe is leading the way for that. The Bears still suck hat. Again, we'll get some more calls later. We will get to some more calls, so stick with us. But the Packers have clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC. I want to get to the playoff picture. We're giving away a Bears still suck hat tonight. So rock with us. Those phone calls, best phone call tonight, will receive a free Bears still suck hat courtesy of MattRamageShow.com. If you don't win it, go buy one. MattRamageShow.com is the spot for that. There it is on your screen, nice and pretty. So, Matt, let's dive into the playoff picture here just a little bit and have everybody, up to speed on what it looks like. So, in the NFC is where we'll start. Green Bay. They got the only bye, right? The playoffs expanded this year.
Who's
7 teams. Go ahead. Roll off whatever you got to roll off.
No, I was saying, who's playing next week? Not the Packers.
Not the Packers.
They get sent home. I'm going to go to Aaron Rodgers' house and get drunk with him. Like, hey, you got the weekend off, baby. Let's get shitty. He doesn't know me.
No, probably not. But, I mean, we can pretend. It's more fun that way.
He knows I'm alive, but he doesn't want to. He probably doesn't.
He's blocked you on all of his accounts on every social media.
Well, he doesn't
platform.
remember I'm alive, but he came in contact with me.
He doesn't keep his up-to-date tabs on you as you think.
He doesn't know my
does.
name.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I saw a weird-eyed dude over there. Someone keep an eye on that fucker.
He was looking at me and the barista at the local coffee shop. What the hell's going on there? First seed, Green Bay. The second seed was clinched by New Orleans with their win over Carolina this afternoon. So they finished 12-4, and they will play Chicago, the 7th seed. So Chicago at New Orleans next weekend. In the 3 seed, you have Seattle, who will play host to their division rival, the Los Angeles Rams. They beat the Arizona Cardinals today, which gave the Bears a favor because the Cardinals need to lose for Chicago to get in with a loss, and that's exactly what happened. As the Rams, without Jared Goff, get a W. In the 4-5 matchup, the 4 seed will be whoever wins the NFC East. If Washington wins tonight against Philadelphia on Sunday Night Football, kicking off here in a couple of minutes, they will be the 4 seed and win the division. If they lose, it'll be the New York Giants somehow sneaking into the 4 seed, and the 5 seed is Tampa Bay. So it'll be Tampa Bay visiting and beating whoever wins the NFC East, because Tampa Bay, clearly the best wild card team in the NFC, alongside the Rams and the Bears. So again, 1, Green Bay. 2, New Orleans. The 3rd seed is Seattle. Whoever wins the NFC East will finish in the 4th seed. The 5th seed, Tampa Bay. 6th seed, the Rams. And the Bears, even with the loss, at an even keel, 8-8, finish with the 7th seed. They travel to New Orleans next week. The AFC is solidified. It's done with. Kansas City clinched the 1 seed last week. They're very good. 14-2, best record in football this year. The 2nd seed, the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, man, that guy is good at football. He can really sling a pigskin like we're watching a reincarnated Brett Favre out there in Buffalo. Josh Allen and company. The 2 seed, they'll play host to the 7th seeded Indianapolis Colts, who got a win over the Jacksonville Jaguars this afternoon. So it's Bills and Colts next weekend. The 3 seed, Pittsburgh, hosts Cleveland, who they lost to today. Pittsburgh, the 3 seed. Cleveland, the Browns, for the first time since 2002 in the playoffs. The 6 seed finishes 11-5. They beat Pittsburgh today, but they did not play Ben Roethlisberger. Should be a good one next week in Pittsburgh. And finally, the 4 and 5 seeded teams are Tennessee and Baltimore. Baltimore goes to Tennessee. They won the AFC South. And they played in the playoffs last year. Tennessee won that affair before rolling off an AFC championship run. So that is your playoff picture. Matt, who is the biggest threat to the Packers in the NFC?
I think Justin has right here, Tampa. I wouldn't say I don't agree with his statement exactly, but Tampa is definitely, to me, it is the biggest threat because of their pass rush and like what they did, and not because of what they did, because I don't think that would happen again, especially not Lambeau. But I think especially with Bakhtiari being out, I think a really hardcore pass rush is what could hurt the Packers' offense because their timing and how they do this shit. I don't mean to get all analysts on you shitheads, but but yeah, I think a really hardcore pass rush is what, and keep Rodgers not rolling right, or really not rolling out. Keep him in the pocket because he can roll out anyway and just destroy you. But yeah, it's like. And with a good pass rush also comes like stopping a run. But yeah, so I think Tampa Bay is the one team that I would rather not play. But besides Brady, like I don't know who on that team is really used to this weather. Like, when you come into the Lambeau Field, people talk about, well, there's no fans, so there's no home field advantage. There is. First of all, they got to travel. They don't have that week of rest, depending on what week it is. But yeah, this weather, like if you don't know how to play in the snow and whether it's snowing or not, but just in the cold weather. Like Brady obviously knows. Russell Wilson, dude, Buccaneers are the only team that worry me. The Seahawks do not worry me. I got Seahawks up my ass. All right, all day on Instagram, up my ass, like, oh, Russell Wilson. I respect Russell Wilson. I actually like it. He played for Wisconsin, whatever. I don't hate Russell Wilson, but like the Seahawks don't worry me. I asked him what happened last year. Let's focus on them right now. Well, what the hell are you talking about that? Like, dude, the Seahawks don't worry me. The Buccaneers are the only team that slightly worry me, and I'm not that worried.
I'm really not either, which is a scary feeling because it reminds me of 2015 when I was not that worried. And then, obviously we know what happened against Seattle in the NFC championship game back in 2015. Not to remind you of bad memories, but this is the first time.
Shut your whore mouth.
Yeah, right. What's that a reference from? I know the reference. What is it?
I don't know who the hell said that, but I know I say it a lot. My wife says it to me a lot.
Shut your whore mouth. That's awesome. Packers 13-3 again. Matt LaFleur through 2 years, playoffs included, 27-7. I mean, that's ridiculous.
So, coach of the year, like I haven't heard. I haven't heard.
Sean McDermott's getting a lot of love, and I think understandably so. That's Buffalo's head coach. 13-3, same record as the Packers. Got the number 2 seed. Kind of came out of nowhere. New England's won that division for so long. I think Sean McDermott deserves it, but of course Matt LaFleur does too. And I agree with you. I have not heard his name in conversation as much as we probably should have, right? I mean, he led this team to 13-3 2 years straight. In the offseason, every other 31 fan bases in the National Football League were making a mockery of the Green Bay Packers. You wasted a draft. You got a washed-up quarterback. You got a brand-new head coach. You were the worst 13-3 team ever. And you know what I say all that? Shut your mouth and know your role, Ref Kyle. That's what I'm saying. Shut your mouth to every other fan base in the National Football League who came in here earlier this season and tried to tell us that the Packers were the worst 13-3 team of all time, that the Packers had a washed-up quarterback, that the Packers, they're wasting Aaron Rodgers by drafting Jordan Love. Jordan Love was not active for a single game this season. They're going to take their time and develop that guy. But as for Aaron Rodgers, we talked a lot about that hypothetical chip on his shoulder, right? They drafted a quarterback. We're getting all this hate. Everybody's picking him not to even win the freaking division, let alone the NFC after a 13-3 NFC championship year. The Packers are the best team in the NFC. And it's not close. It really hasn't been close. They've won the last 6. The Packers don't look like anybody can touch them in the NFC. Give me Tampa Bay again in Lambeau in January. That doesn't scare me like it did in Tampa in October. Give me New Orleans at Lambeau. We wiped the floor with them in September at New Orleans. And I know that's a totally different Saints team. Seattle doesn't scare me. The defense is much worse than Green Bay's, and the offense isn't even close to as good. There is nobody in the NFC near the Packers. Now, am I guaranteeing a Super Bowl appearance? By no means.
Yes.
Well, I'd like to. I mean, they're really fucking it up if they don't get there.
Can I say this? All right.
Say whatever you'd like.
Everyone talks about, like I'm not going to get too deep into this, but, like, everyone talks about this Jordan Love pick. And, like, oh, how they did this and that. But, you know what? When Mahomes was drafted, Chiefs fans were pissed because they had Alex Smith. Yeah. I saw the tweets.
A little bit different.
Yeah, but I saw the receipts where Chiefs fans were bitching. It's way different. But the point is that they were mad. They didn't want Mahomes getting drafted. Like, we have a quarterback. What we need is this and we need that in whatever positions that they need. I saw the tweets. And the same thing, like, with A.J. Dillon. When everyone's like, we don't need a running back. We have Aaron Jones. We got Jamal Williams. We got this and that. Sure. But then last week, they're like, oh, okay. Well, A.J. Dillon wasn't that bad because, and
you've got to love that, Matt. You've got to love that because everybody that's bitching isn't in those, positions for a reason. You're not in Brian Gutekunst's job because you don't actually know what you're doing. And neither do I, by any means. I'm not going to stand on this microphone and act like I know everything. But you saw A.J. Dillon did what he did, like what he did last week. Ridiculous, right? 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards in his first real playing time. And then where is he tonight? 1 carry for, 3 yards? I mean, the Packers are versatile enough where they know what they've got in Aaron Jones, and they probably won't have an Aaron Jones next season. He's probably not going to be back. I mean, the guy, again, raised the amount of money he's going to get paid this offseason by his performance tonight. Same thing with Jamal Williams. They know what he's got, don't know if he'll be back, and they're going to utilize those veteran. I mean, I'm saying that with an asterisk. I know they've only been in the league 3-4 years, but use these veteran guys that have been in this offense and use them to their advantage. Let A.J. Dillon stand by the wayside, and if you need him, utilize him. Utilize him. Like you did last week. You needed him. Jamal was out. Aaron Jones got nicked up. You use A.J. Dillon, and he produces the way he did. This week, you didn't need him. You win 34-16 or 35-16.
You think that last week with A.J. Dillon, I know that like, obviously Jamal Williams wasn't there, but like with the snow, like I think A.J. Dillon has that body like for the snow. Like he's that.
It's not even that he has the body for the snow. He has the body for everything. He has the body for every freaking condition. You could throw a hurricane at that man and he wouldn't even move.
Yeah.
His thighs are so stuck to the ground. He's not going anywhere. You roll a freaking tornado through Lambeau. He's not going anywhere.
He could be running at a 20 and you got a guy at the 40 with a paintball gun. Just popping him off. You're not slowing him down.
He's all right. You're not slowing him down.
No, but I think that was a benefit last week. Is like he's in the snow, like he's top heavy. You know, he's bottom heavy too. Like he's all not even heavy because he's not like me. I'm top heavy, but but like he's like. You know, he's just a muscular. He's what do they call him? Quadzilla.
So
I think that him in this cold weather, this shit, like, dude, I think he's made for this time of year. And like Aaron Jones is gonna do his thing. Like, dude, I ain't shit on Aaron Jones. I love me some Aaron Jones, but like I think sometimes you need that big burly dude that just nobody wants to hit when it's 30 below or like below 30 to. Whatever
below you're 30 trying degrees. To say, yeah.
Nobody wants to get hit. Like Aaron Jones is he's a mover. He's a shaker. A.J. Dillon will punch you in your mouth. I mean, not to say Aaron Jones won't, but it's just a little bit different.
100%. And I mean, all three of those guys can clearly play freaking football. The Packers backfield in good shape. I think this is what happens, and I've said this just about every week. Well, Dillon, and I think he'll kind of get the Brandon Jackson treatment back in 2010, right? They'll utilize him more. They gave him one game to really show off what he's got, maybe put him on the game plan for opposing defenses, but they didn't utilize him this season really at all. One game, they made him essentially the lead back. Playoffs, I think you're going to see more A.J. Dillon, like that comment just chimed in. All right, Dirty Joe in the lead. We want 30 seconds telling us why the Packers will make the Super Bowl. Show us the hat, Matty. If you give us the best call, you will win this hat from the Post Route and Matt Ramage.
I barely even wore it.
He's never worn it.
No,
he has lice too.
No, I have like 19 of these hats because you know what happens? I have a whole bunch of them, and when I lose one, I just grab another one. That's why I don't make no money. My wife's like, "Why are we making no money?" I was like, "Because I keep wearing the hat.
I keep losing them." Bears still suck hat up for grabs. 877-672-6243 in 30 seconds or less. Tell us why the Packers will make the Super Bowl. 877-672-6243. Matt, let me ask you it right now. Removed from week 17. Are the Packers going to make the Super Bowl?
Yes. Yes, I do. And let me ask you this, Alex.
Sure.
All right, real quick before well, not before anything. But so like you grew up being a Packer fan, right?
I grew up in Green Bay, yeah.
Yeah. So was the Bears your team that you hated, or was it the Vikings? It depends on where you
now, here's the thing. So I'm 22. We've talked about this before, right?
I think we have, but I'm drunk. I forget shit.
Sure. Well, I'm young. So I've only seen one Packers Super Bowl. Didn't see the one in 97. Wasn't born quite yet. But I'll tell you this. Bears and Vikings just about equal for me. And I think the Brett Favre going to the Vikings had a lot to do with that. But the Bears still number one. My favorite song ever is "The Bears Still Suck" by the Happy Schnapps Combo. Like, that is the best song ever created.
It is.
So, yeah, I mean, my hatred lies more with the Bears. Why? What do you got?
Because with me, it was definitely the Bears. And it had a lot to do with because I grew up, I was born in 79. So in like 85, I was 6 years old. I'm good at math. But my neighbor was my best friend, right? And he was a Bears fan.
That's usually how that works, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but he was my best friend. So like I could walk in his house without knocking on the door. He could walk in my house without knocking on the door. And it was like family for both of us, right? But on Sundays, he was not allowed in my house because we watched the Packers. We had a nice big TV, the only one on the block. It wasn't a very rich neighborhood. So like everyone would come to our house to watch Packer game, and he would knock on the door, and they'd be like, "No, you're not allowed to come in the house." But dude, that it was just instilled in me because the Bears beat the shit out of the Packers all the time back then. There was no give and take like now.
Yeah.
The Packers kind of mostly win now, but it was not like a rival. The Bears beat the shit out of the Packers back then. So anyone who was a Bears fan, you just didn't associate with. But his mom made some really mean lasagna. You know what I mean? So I was like, he's my guy. No, but like that's how I think it instilled in me is because it was that he was a Bears fan, I was a Packer fan, and my family didn't like his family. They didn't really care because his family wasn't really football fans, but he was. But like I remember, he would try to get in. He'd be like, "I just want to come in." Like, no, you can't come in. It's Sunday.
You can't come in. It's Sunday. Get the hell out of here. All right, let's get to the calls.
We've
got a hat to get away, and Dirty Joe's in the lead from Minnesota. He is in the lead right now. 30 seconds or less. Tell me your name, where you're from, and why the Packers will make the Super Bowl. Go ahead.
Yep, my name's Christopher Crabtree. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh,
And I think, honestly, the Packers are going to make it to the Super Bowl because we have Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, and we have A.J. Dillon. Obviously, those guys have been big impact guys for us all season long, and I really think those guys are going to lead us to the Super Bowl. I know we have Aaron Rodgers, but I just think that, honestly, those three guys right there on its own will carry the team to where we need to be, essentially.
Mr. Crabtree from Las Vegas saying the rushing attack, the big reason as to why the Packers will make the Super Bowl. What do you make of that, Matty? Did he top Dirty Joe?
I don't know. I wasn't listening. No, I'm just kidding. I was listening. No, I think it's a really good take. Like this running game, I think is key.
Sure.
Like especially with Bakhtiari going on. I think the running game makes the passing game. Like the all play action, all that shit. So I think it's a really good point.
I think it's a good point as well. Well, we've got another call on the line. I think
we got to get.
Is Dirty Joe still in the lead? We're saying Dirty Joe is still.
I think Dirty Joe's still.
Well, I think this next call is going to top it. I haven't talked to him yet. I just told them they're on the line. Stay with us. They've been sitting with us for about 10 minutes, so I appreciate you hanging with. Well, that's what we do, man. We've got to ramble. We decide when it happens. But hey, I think this call, since their dedication is poured through, will give Dirty Joe a run for their money. Where you're from, your name, and why the Packers will make a Super Bowl. You've got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
This is Doug. I'm down in San Antonio on vacation, and here's why the Packers will win the Super Bowl. One, they have MVP Aaron Rodgers. And two, Patton is calling his best games of the season. I know you guys would have knocked this game tonight, but honestly, he called a really good game tonight.
Sure.
He is doing his best calls of anyone, of any defensive coordinator right now. And then you have Devontae Adams. Enough said.
Sure. Doug from San Antonio giving an interesting case. Mike Pettin calling the best of any defensive coordinator in the league. I don't know if I agree with that, Matt. Where are you at?
I think that he's definitely improving. Like I think this defense is getting better, and I think they changed some shit. If that's LaFleur, if that's whatever, saying, "Hey, yo, let's get at this, some bitches." I don't know what it is. As far as calling the best defense in the league, I don't think I'm the right person to say if that's right or wrong because I don't watch enough. But like the games that I do watch, I don't feel like that maybe that. But I think he's doing good. Like last week against the Titans, like I get that Henry had 98 yards or whatever. But like I think he's doing enough. I think he's improving. But like
I'm not saying he's a. I'm not saying I want him out of town as much as I did maybe in week 9, but he's not the best defensive coordinator in football lately. I mean, if you've only been watching Packer games, maybe, but I mean, he's still allowed. And 30 points in the last 2 weeks, that's not a huge number. That's great. But I'd probably go elsewhere with the best defensive coordinator in football, especially the last few weeks. I mean, look at Baltimore, the way they've played. Look at, there's quite a few teams that you can look at and say, yeah, their defensive coordinators probably had better play calls than Mike Pettin has. But an opinion's an opinion. We're all entitled to our own. I liked it. Doug from San Antonio, just not quite good enough. I think Dirty Joe from Minnesota still in the lead for us. For the Bears still suck hat. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Why the Packers will make the Super Bowl? You got 30 seconds, my friend.
All right, this is Steve from Janesville, and the reason the Packers are going to the Super Bowl and winning is because nothing spells entertainment like Matt Ramage having rights over the rest of the NFL for the entire year.
That's Steve from Janesville. That's a hell of a call. Nothing spells entertainment like Matt Ramage having bragging rights over the rest of the NFL for an entire year.
Yo.
That'd be bad. That's a bad power trip you'd be going on for 365 days, brother.
Dude, because like this week I was off because my boss made me work nights, so I was off, so I couldn't talk shit the whole week because I was tired. I slept.
That's a tough week for Matt Ramage. That's a tough week.
Yo, I promise you from here on out, every week I'm going to be talking full shit. And if you tell me the Packers are going to win NFC Championship game and they're going to the Super Bowl, I'm talking massive shit. Like, dude, every time I talk shit all week, everyone's like, you're going to jinx them. Well, right now I'm 13-3. And I guarantee you give me a full week, a bye week, going to the Super Bowl, I'm going to talk so much shit.
A lot.
Dude,
lot.
You won't even say I'm jinxing them. You'll create a whole new word. You'll call it, you're ramaging them.
You're ramaging them. I like that.
No, I love that caller. I love it.
Yeah, that was good. I think we're going to give Doug in Janesville. Was that even right? That's not even right. Steve in Janesville. I don't have a notepad in front of me. Steve in Janesville, our new number one for the Bears still suck at. Steve in Janesville made a hell of a joke. We've got two more calls to get to tonight, Maddie. So let's get to the first one. Your name, where you're calling from, why the Packers make the Super Bowl. Your time starts right now.
Hey, this is Kara. I am from Northeast Nebraska, and I think the Packers are going to win because we are fucking awesome. Am I online? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you. Get rolling, Kara.
We have Aaron Rodgers, who we love. We've got Jones. We've got Devontae. And then MVS. I just vote for him so much because people hate him because he fumbles like me. I'm very
frustrating now, right? Kara, pretty frustrating watching him almost get that dagger tonight, though, right?
I know, but I love him.
Right.
I'm like voting for him. Like, come on, you can do it.
That's Kara from Nebraska calling it. She's all on the MVS train, which I respect the heck out of, and as we should be. I mean, MVS definitely had a tough couple of several tough weeks this year, but he's also done a lot of good, and it's hard to ignore that. I mean,
and that's why, like, I'll say, I love that call because, like, dude, I'm rooting for MVS so hard. Whenever he makes a play on my Facebook, MVS. Cheese emoji. Dude, I'm rooting for this guy. But that whenever I do that, he drops a pass, and then the whole comments I just follow.
It's a roller coaster with that guy, Matty. It is a roller coaster with that guy. And as I said earlier, I'll repeat myself, MVS giveth, MVS taketh away. But let's get to our final call of the night. Steve from Janesville is the guy to beat. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And why will the Packers make the Super Bowl? Your 30 seconds starts now.
Well, last but not least, it's Mark from Florida. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's just start out with Adrian Amos. Let's start out with Darnell Savage. Pick machines. And then we have Bobby Biceps catching touchdowns, tied for the league in tight end touchdowns, receptions. And don't forget the number 17, who just now tied the single season touchdown reception for Green Bay and beat the reception for Green Bay. And then number 12, his third MVP, tying number 4.
Tying number 4. That's an important note. Now let me ask you this. Who's the biggest threat to the Packers in the NFC? While I still got you, who are you the most scared of the Packers seeing in the playoffs? In the NFC playoffs, that is.
I'm going to disagree with you guys because you guys said the Bucs, but I'm still going to say the Bucs because of Sue, and that is Rodgers' nemesis by far.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Obviously, the stepping situations a few times. Appreciate the call. Maybe we'll do one or two more, but right now I still got Stephen Janesville. What about you?
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Mark because he's been on my podcast before. He called in a few times before. You might not.
Mark knows his stuff. That's why I followed up with him, man. Hey, that guy's bright.
Yeah. Mark Deaton. Shout out to this guy, but I think that, dude, if it goes down to Brady versus Rodgers in a playoff game, like, dude, how legit would that be?
I would, and unfortunately, unless you have a different upset, unfortunately, you wouldn't see that in the NFC Championship game, which would be a hell of a lot of fun. Rodgers v. Brady in the NFC Championship would be a lot of fun, but odds are that would be a second round matchup just because of how the playoff structure works. Unless the Bears can get a win or the Rams can get a win over the Seahawks. But I don't see the Bears beating the Saints, and I don't see the Rams beating the Seahawks, especially if they're without Goff.
I can't laugh like this when I got to pee this bad, all right, Alex?
We're almost done. We got 8 more minutes, man. 8 more minutes.
The Bears will not win a playoff game.
No, hell no.
No, the Bears, dude, I got a better chance of, like, winning a Sexiest Man of the Year award.
Hey, you already won that twice. What are you talking about?
I don't win that in my own house, Alex.
I don't win that in my own house, he says.
My son lifts, all right? But anyway,
we talking about my boy Josh?
I didn't mean to call my kid sexy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that was a little weird, but hey.
I didn't mean it to come out.
Shout out to Josh, nonetheless.
No, but yeah, I like what he said. 'Cause dude, first of all, let's talk about Devontae Adams for a minute. Missed 2.5 games and still was out here breaking records. Like, Devontae Adams, I know he gets so much respect. He's 99 in Madden. He got all the things. Everyone's talking about him. But, like, dude, he still don't get enough respect. What are you drinking on?
Well, somebody said, I love your cup from Partners Pub, which is a Stevens Point bar. He's pretty close, but I've got Steve-O's from Stevens Point.
Oh, there you go.
So I just wanted to prove Kyle wrong there.
Someone messaged me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because me and you, I think probably from the last week's post-game show.
That'll happen, yeah.
And he said, hey, I know that guy. I go to school with him, but I really don't know him, but I see him. And
well, you're gonna have to shoot me. You're gonna have to shoot me who that was because that's it. What do you say, Maddie? Let's do 2 more calls.
Let's
do 2 more calls.
I want to give a hat away. I want to give his hat away.
We're gonna give the hat away.
I don't want this damn thing.
Stephen Janesville and Dirty Joe are our 1 and 2 right now. Stephen Janesville, number 1 for me. I think he's the front runner, but we're gonna give somebody else a shot. We're gonna do 2 more calls. I've got them both on the line, so you don't even need to call. I've already got my callers. Let's see what number 1's got. What's her name? Where are you calling from? 30 seconds or less. Tell me why the Packers will make the Super Bowl.
They win because they're going to win. They're just the best. This is Troy from O'Connell.
Troy from O'Connell.
And someone goes up for Mr. Matt Ramage.
Hey, so first of all, can
he can't hear you, Matt. He can't hear you.
Ask him where he's from again.
Where he said he's from O'Connell, Matt. He said he's from O'Connell.
Yeah, yes.
So all right.
You might know him, Matt. You might know him.
Yes, I think I might know him.
Do you know him?
Yes, I do. I want to know why they didn't play Snacks. They signed Snacks and they just let him sit on the bench.
That's true. He's got to learn the system. I mean, that's all it boils down to. He's got to learn the system. They'll get to him next week, I'm sure. I mean, of course, we blew up the Snacks Harrison. He was activated, but I don't know that you really needed to see him tonight. I mean, early, they were 3 for 3 on 4th down and short. I mean, I think it was 4th and 1s on all of their 4 attempts. Of course, they did not convert the 4th and 1. There might have been a 4th and 2 tossed in. But anyway, it was 4th and short. They had 4 opportunities. The first 3, they made it. Those were the opportunities where you're supposed to see a guy like Snacks Harrison. And in 2 weeks, trust me when I say this, in 2 weeks in the playoffs at Lambeau Field, there's ever a 4th and 3 or less situation, Snacks Harrison will be on the field. Let's take our final call tonight.
Fat bastard right in front.
Yeah, get Mr. Snacks and his Cheetos and Goldfish
Yo.
right on the line of scrimmage. And
get those Swiss rolls right up front.
Right up front. Stephen Janesville's our leader. Let's see if the final call of the night can knock him off. What's your name? Where are you calling from? 30 seconds or less. Why?
This is Chief from...
Don't even need to do it. Go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
Okay. This is Chief from Walker, Minnesota. And the reason why the Packers are going to freaking win the Super Bowl is because Aaron Rodgers is fucking God. Matt Ramage is the fucking man, Jedi. And the Bears suck. And the Vikings fucking blow.
Okay. All right, Chief from Minnesota. Yeah, Chief, I'm sick of this, Matt. You know what I'm sick of, Matt? I'm sick of you getting all the love. Nobody wants to give me any love. Matt Ramage is the man. I just I'm chopped liver around here. It's all right, man. It's all right. That's Chief from Minnesota. Matt, I got to say, Steve from Janesville, I think, takes this one. That guy had a great call.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you pick because I don't want to get messages, people telling me that I'm an asshole. So I'll let you decide.
I might not have even gotten his name right. I believe it was Stephen Janesville.
We don't even know anything about him. What am I going to say in his hat?
He'll reach out to us. Either message us at Game On Wisconsin or at Matt Ramage. We'll get you your hat, Steve from Janesville. Appreciate all the calls tonight. Now, Matt, as we have a few minutes left here in this program, let's do this. We've got a week off next week, so I don't know if you and I are planning on doing a stream of any sort. I'd love to because playoff football, I'm going to be watching all weekend.
We got to. We got to do something. No, dude, I'm about to up my game, bro. I'm about to up my stream.
It's 2021. We're about to hit a new side of the Matt Ramage.
While people are listening, all right, I'll announce this real quick. I have a very special guest the week of the first playoff game, which is after this bye week. I don't know if it'll be pregame or during the week, but I have Charlie Barons is going to join me.
He's been doing a little interview tour, hasn't he? I thought he was on Game On Wisconsin earlier this week. He was on Cheesehead TV today. Now you got him.
Yeah, because I saw you doing other shit. I was like, well, I'll just ask this some bitch. No, dude, Charlie Barons is
he's gold, man. That is guest gold.
People tell me sometimes, like, you're the king of Wisconsin. Like, nah, I'm not. But
you ever meet Charlie Barons?
Yeah, I'm like the prince's like nephew. All right, because Charlie's the king, and I'm sure there's like maybe you go Nick, or maybe you go whoever. You pick somewhere down there is a prince and his nephew.
I have a 3-minute voicemail. Man, I have a 3-minute voicemail. There's somebody.
No, I don't care what it is. You play that shit. You play it. I want to hear this shit.
It's being played. I think it might have been a pocket dial.
Let's listen.
It's playing. We're 10 seconds in already.
Someone fucking pocket dialed us.
I'm skipping ahead. We're a minute in now. We've got plenty of voicemails. Let's go to North Carolina.
This is Will. I'm calling for the Matt Ramage show. It's injuries, it's a lack of injuries, the consistent coaching, and protocols, and of course Aaron Rodgers and running game, and our defense is stepping up. That's why we're going to win the Super Bowl.
All right, I like the North Carolina call from Will. Good stuff. That's Indianapolis. 3 minutes. Who left us a 3-minute voicemail? Come on.
Dude, I actually have some really good voicemails, but I can't hook it up. So during the week, I'm gonna do another show, and I got some good voicemails. People, I listen to them, and I'm like, oh, I should use it for the show, but I didn't. But I will. But
you will. Hey, Matt, let's do this. We've done this for an hour. We appreciate all of you that have been sticking with us through technical difficulties, the phone calls, and all of the other nonsense that Matt and I spit out every Sunday night. Appreciate you sticking by. But, Matt, before we sign off, tell me how freaking pumped up you are, because as you saw before we went live, I was more amped than the Mountain Dew energy drink, man. I was fired up, and I want to see what you got going on here. Tell me what's on your mind after a 35-16 victory for the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, so I can't yell a lot because my wife's probably sleeping.
Don't wake the baby. Don't wake the baby.
She'll FaceTime me like, shut the fuck up. But I'm pumped. Anyone who saw my video, I'm freaking. I'm freaking pumped up because, like, dude, like I've been saying all season, like everyone doubted the Packers. It wasn't going to happen. Last year, it was the LaFleur and Rodgers isn't going to work out. This year, they got Jordan Love. Rodgers will be gone. And that, dude. This team molded around. Everyone wants to talk about all this types of shit that's happening. The number 1 seed. This was not supposed to happen. This was not supposed to. Even Packer fans, most Packer fans, not me, because I'm the most optimistic prick there is. Even if it's not realistic, I think it's going to happen. Dude, number 1 seed, dude, number 1 seed. Every team that whoever wins the Super Bowl in the NFC has to play at Lambeau Field and has to win. And what more could you ask for? If you're a Packer fan, what more could you ask for? That whoever goes to the Super Bowl through the NFC has to go to Lambeau Field and win a game. And I'm good with that. I am good with that. Whether it's the Seahawks, I mean, obviously there's a lot of teams that, they got to win a few games before they get to that point. But I don't care. Like, I'm looking at the NFC Championship game. People are like, hey, don't look ahead. I'm looking ahead, baby. You know why? Because I don't play the game. It doesn't matter. I get drunk sometimes and I sleep in. The players get up and they practice. They do shit. People always think that, like, I affect the game. I don't affect the game. I get drunk. I watch the game. I'm drinking beer. Sometimes I take some shots. I take piss during, like, timeouts. The players don't do that. They can't do that. So, like, a lot of people think that, like, I affect the game. But, dude, I'm so stoked. I'm happy. Dude, I've never been happier. I don't think I've ever been happier.
I don't know if that's true. You've been married and had a few kids, but.
Like I was saying, I have never been happier.
That's Matt Ramage. Look, folks, a 35-16 victory for the Green Bay Packers.
Go. The Bears still suck.
The number 1 seed. And let me say this, Matty. You know our catchphrase. Six letters. 1,
Let's
2,
go.
3. Let's
go.
The Packers are the number 1 seed in the NFC. They're off next week. Lots of playoff football to be done.
Grab your beer. Hold it up high. The Green Bay Packers are number 1 seed. Fuck the Bears. Let's go, baby.
Let's keep rolling on, baby. The Packers, 13-3. Thanks for rolling with us.